The SUV driver involved in Ortiga's crash was a student, not a house employee, says PNP. The coffin moved after floodwaters reached wake venue. The injured Philippine Eagle was rescued. And Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas warns the public against photocopying Philippine banknotes. Good evening, I'm Apolinario Ferdinand Ignatius Valencia, and this is Philippine Headlines. In Luzon, the SUV driver involved in Ortiga's crash was a student, not a house employee, says PNP. The Philippine National Police clarified that the driver of the SUV involved in the crash along Ortigas Avenue on July 10 was a 20-year-old student, not an employee of the House of Representatives, despite a house sticker being visible on the rear of the vehicle. In the incident, a 41-year-old woman was killed, while a TNVS motorcycle rider was injured after the SUV crashed into the motorcycle they were riding along Ortigas Avenue. The PNP also said that both parties have already reached an amicable settlement regarding the incident. In Visayas, the coffin moved after floodwaters reached wake venue. The residents of Barangay Miraga, Gibuangan in the municipality of Santa Barbara, the province of Iloilo, worked together to remove a coffin after floodwaters rose and inundated the house where the wake was being held on Sunday. According to the uploader, Maestrong Bolantero, the coffin was temporarily transferred to the barangay chapel for safekeeping. In Mindanao, the injured Philippine Eagle was rescued in the city of Malaybalay. A female Philippine Eagle named Sawaga Dalwangan was successfully rescued after residents found her weak and injured near the Sawaga River in Barangay Dalwangan in the city of Malaybalay, the province of Bukidnon. The eagle was immediately turned over to the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, and brought to the Philippine Eagle Foundation for urgent medical treatment. According to X-ray results that released by the veterinarians, the eagle had 2 air gun pellets lodged in her wing and leg, indicating that she had been shot. He also suffered from deep wounds that had already become infested with maggots. Authorities are continuing their investigation to identify and hold accountable the person responsible for shooting the eagle. The Philippine eagle is classified as critically endangered, and harming or killing one is a serious violation of Philippine wildlife protection laws. In the other news, the coffin transported on a raft to cross a river in Barangay Inagawan subdivision in the city of Puerto Princesa. A resident shared the difficult situation they face when crossing in the river in Purok 5 in Barangay Inagawan subdivision in the city of Puerto Princesa. Since there is no hanging bridge, residents must use a raft to cross to the opposite side of the river. With the current bad weather, crossing had become even more difficult and dangerous. In a Facebook post by Inday Ana, a video showed that despite the challenging conditions, a coffin was carefully loaded onto a raft and transported across the river so the deceased could be brought to their final resting place. The raft also had to make additional trips to ferry mourners across the river. The residents said that this is not the first time they have appealed for a bridge to be built over the river. They are once again calling on the authorities to construct a bridge as soon as possible so they can cross safely, especially during bad weather or emergencies. And our business update, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas warns public against photocopying Philippine banknotes. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, or BSP, has reminded the public to reproducing Philippine banknotes without authorization is prohibited and punishable under existing regulations, credit and lending. The Central Bank said BSP Circular Number 829 Series of 2014 prohibits the printing, photocopying, and distribution of Philippine currency, whether in color or black and white. According to the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, reproducing banknotes is allowed only with prior authorization from the central bank and only for educational, historical, or numismatic purposes. The individuals found guilty of violating the regulation that may face imprisonment of not less than 5 years and not more than 10 years. The reminder followed discussions on social media after statements made during an impeachment trial involving attorney Armando Virgil Ligutan. During the proceedings, Ligutan emphasized that photocopy documents could be considered an original under certain legal circumstances. The issue also drew attention to a 2025 Supreme Court jurisprudence, People of the Philippines versus Lastimosa, which allowed photocopies to be admitted as evidence in court under applicable rules. However, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas stressed that the legal treatment of photocopy documents in judicial proceedings is different from reproducing Philippine currencies copiers. Following the impeachment trial, several social media users posted images showing printed or photocopied banknotes, claiming these were in response to statements suggesting that photocopies could be considered original documents. The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas reiterated that reproducing Philippine banknotes without authorization remains illegal regardless of the discussion surrounding the admissibility of photocopied documents in court. The central bank urged the public to comply with existing regulations and avoid reproducing Philippine currency without proper approval. And that is Philippine Headlines this Monday, July 13, 2026. I'm Apolinario, 30 Dignadi si Valencia, and this is Salakot Online Broadcasting Network. Good night, Philippines. Amping kasadya.